Yeah, more than 10. I'm only 27 too. So anyway, what I'd like to do is to start out is just to find out what you guys want to get out of tonight's meeting. Because basically what we've got is we've got a panel of experts that have been doing this for a few years. I've got a husband-wife team. They're going to explain to us how you can be married and be in real estate and not kill each other. So basically what's fun, just go around the room and have you guys tell us a little bit about yourself and what you want to get out of tonight. So who'd like to start? Eddie, I'll volunteer you.
I gotta remember next time to put my head down. Okay. My name is Eddie Williams. I'm a realtor with Villa Real Estate and a wholesaler. And I'd like to get out of tonight. Well, I try to make all the meetings I can. I always learn something every time, but what I want to get out of tonight is how to continue building the buyers list.
Okay, good. So, how to get a buyer's list? You guys are done. And then, when did you start doing investing?
I met you probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah. So, so what I do is, when I met Eddie, he didn't have a real estate license, but today I'm a lead generator. That's what I do. I do it for all kinds of companies. I do a lot of stuff off the internet. And like if you did a search in your phone and you said car donations, I'll pop up, but I'll pop up in 50 different states under that search. And I work with Volunteers of America, and I also do it for our own charity. And then I work with a dumpster company. We're in 13 states. In fact, I was an internet marketer working with a dumpster company that said that they quit paying me. So then I said, okay, well, I'll just sell you the leads. And they quit paying me. So I ended up being the largest broker, wholesale broker in the Detroit metropolitan area. And how many people know Rizzo? Okay, so Rizzo brought in another company that bought me out. And the second that happened, they saw what I'd done on the internet and they saw how much their phone rang. So I took them instantly from a $500,000 company up to $1 million company, and then they hired me back, and today they pay me a percentage of their gross revenue, and I've got them up to $6 million annually on their sales, all off the internet. So if you said dumpster rental here, in the map locations, I'll come have them pop up, and the phone calls go to them. So I basically do the same thing around the real estate. So if you send it in the phone cash for your house, I do that, and so then what I'm doing is I'm looking to work with either somebody that's willing to list the house or put together a wholesale deal, which I'll do with Todd. So I'm basically a lead generator. So a lot of people that are getting into this business should look at it from just generating leads. And then I just keep shopping until I find the right guy that'll not only that he's not going to say, oh, I'll give you $500 for that lead or $1,000 for that lead. I want to hear partnership 50%. And somebody that knows what they're doing. So, and the point I'm trying to make is Eddie lists houses for me. We've done deals together, and it works out good. So you want to go to all the meetings you can, the RIA meetings. We'll go through a list of them. And you want to meet. You want to actually look for the people that are actively out doing deals and get to know them. That's really what I'm saying out of that. So. You want to share? Like, and what you want to get out of tonight. So you want to know how to generate leads.
Yep, well, what I'm hoping to get out of tonight is some contacts, I guess, because I'm looking to pick up some properties.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just getting into investing, kind of. I mean, I did whatever the guy's name is. Well, he does he comes to town, he does the real estate.
Stephen Merrill?
There you go, yeah. I did that like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. And so, never really, was able to get into it until like now, where I have a vendor that I work with. So now I'm just trying to pick up properties in the area.
Okay, so there's a couple things that you can do instantly. The meetup site that we're on, we have over 5,000 members. So basically, you can email out to all those members, like whatever you're looking for. if you're looking to do a wholesale deal, or are you looking to kind of learn how to do it too?
Yeah.
So, Todd, how you want to talk about the boiler room just for a second right now?
Yeah, Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Friday mornings, 8:30 a.m. to 11:30. We meet at Villa and White Lake, and we make phone calls together. Like, I'll teach you how I make my phone calls. Cold call, I'll give you a list. I might call 3 foreclosures, or just driving for dollars type where you bring your own list. And I got a pretty simple pitch that's very easy to do, that I teach people what to say, and then you gotta make it your own, and I might learn from someone else, but I at least got the basics down that I could give someone.
Can I get his card now? Or?
Yeah, he's one of the speakers, so he'll write it up there on the board. He'll give all the information. Everything we're doing tonight gets recorded, and then the PowerPoint that we go over, it all gets shipped out to you. So anything you're wanting, we'll write it down and get it out to you. Okay.
Just like a brief pitch, I guess I would say. I know I say it so much, I know it by heart, but when you pick up the phone, just the simple things, like it's a lot of people that'll say, hi, you might have the name, phone number, a little bit of information. You'll say, hi, is Mrs. Jones available? Worst mistake, because 9 times out of 10, they don't know who you are. When people call me, I don't even pick up the phone if I don't know who they are, right? So what I do, and I just said, oh, hi, ma'am, how you doing? My name's Todd. I'm a real estate investor. I'm calling regarding your property on Woodmont Street. I'm looking to buy another property in the next 15 to 30 days. I was just calling to see if you're in the market for a fair off cash offer. So that's pretty much it. It's okay to stutter. It's okay to slow down, and you don't have to be a robot when you say it. You just change your pacing, your fluctuation, and your voice. So just the simple things like that. And it seems to, just because it's a little longer, they get to listen to you, and they see you're not being pushy and things like that. They may talk to you. You're not going to force anyone to sell you their house, but if you smile when you're calling and you're dialing, if someone is thinking about it, then they might talk to you. How much would you offer? Oh, that's a great question. Let me ask you a few questions if I may, and I'll see how I can make it happen. Boom. Or if you're at the boiler room and you're brand new, you say, that's a great question. The gentleman, he knows that area very well. He's right here. His name's Todd. Hang on 1 second. I'll let you talk to him. Then I'll put it on speakerphone and I'll take it over and you can listen what I do from there to make an appointment.
Yeah, so like when you're coming to something like that, if you're going to do something, he'll include you in the deal, but he's still going to be the one running with it. You can go with him. Yeah. All it is geared towards training. So there's usually like 5 or 6 people there that are doing it, but it's all geared towards teaching you and learning. And actually, it allows us to develop a relationship, a network relationship. So, and then all people, they want 3 things. They want to be known, they want to be heard, and they want to be appreciated. So when you're cold calling somebody, that's all they want to do. They want to tell you their story. You need to just shut up and listen. And they want to be appreciated as a human, which he's doing. And then he said, how can I make you happy? I run a national call center where we get about 20 calls a day for people who want to donate cars. The phone is answered, how can I make you smile? Well, they say the name, Driving Successful Lives, how can we make you smile today? And that gets people off track, and they'll start laughing, get this piece of junk car out of my driveway, whatever. They're going to tell you their story, and the gals listen, and they go through all the questions. So, but Todd, what he does is really, really good. It's a good way to learn. Now, if you're brand new in the market, there's the one real estate club that you absolutely want to go to, and it's not ours, is you want to go to the Renegade group. It meets on the first Tuesday of every month. It's Shields Pizza and Telegraph, just north of 10 miles.
Except for this month.
Yeah, this month there's no meeting. So, yeah, it's good you said that. So, at that meeting, there'll be 100 Todds, you know, where they're getting up talking about their properties and they've got deals, and it's a good way for you to meet a lot of people. And if you've got something you're looking for, apartment building or whatever you're looking for, get up and announce it there, because you've got a ton of bird dogs that are out there working.
And it's on Facebook Live, and he has thousands and thousands of people all over the U.S. internationally watching. So
yeah, and we're actually on Facebook Live right now too. So,
and I bought deals there, like one of the greatest deals in the world. I got there early. A lady I know was there. She goes, "I'm just here. You know, I gotta leave real fast. I'm just here to sell one house." I said, "What house are you selling?" "Oh, I'll buy that." Signed the purchase agreement. She left before anyone got there. That was the greatest.
And what we do at that meeting, Pat gets there early, I get there early, and then Maureen, she can type faster than people talk. So what we do is we get the table where everybody comes in, and we just make ourselves the official greeters. And then we got flyers of houses that we're selling, upcoming events, and we're meeting and greeting everybody that comes in. And we're pointing out that so-and-so up front's the one that runs this meeting, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But it allows us to get our stuff out. So if you were looking for something, so like the company that generates the leads for the donated properties, I've got the flyers there, because a lot of times those properties are incredibly distressed. People don't, believe it or not, don't donate pristine property. They donate stuff that they're about to lose on taxes and stuff like that. So you need an investor group like that to be able to buy it. So does that help you any?
That helps a lot. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I ask a lot of questions, you know, like the, you know. So, Chunn? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Thank you. So just here tonight to pick up what I can. My name is Frank Elsini, and
So what are you wanting to get into?
so I'm a CPA. Have worked with real estate investors many years, invested passively, and just myself more on the investment side and on the deal side.
All right. So are you looking to buy property to hold?
Yeah.
All right. Are you looking for people with a tax problem?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious.
So.
Yeah. So.
I can sell you properties, and I've probably got tax problems.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got tax problems, come see me, because I'm really interested in your property. No. But that's good. Okay. So is there anything in particular?
Or we can sell the property to solve the tax problem.
Yeah. And your wife has been coming to the boiler room meetings too, and she's like,
She's really good.
totally involved. You can tell. She's like, tell me what to do.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna hold you to account around what you tell me.
Oh, so you gotta give her props. She became a real estate agent just the other day, and you know, told her she could get REO certified, and 2 hours later, or the next day, she took her 2 hours to get REO certified. So now, as you know, you're her husband,
Yeah.
and she's REO certified, and she's already got her first listing that she's going to now. So, and my son just became a real estate agent April 11th, 2019. He's 20. He'll be 20 June 30th, and he has quite a few listings, and had a deal that sold already, and he has one that there's something in offer hopefully tonight. And I just told him, use your wife for example. You remember you're supposed to be REO certified. It took her 2 hours. You had a head start. She's already REO certified, so yeah, hopefully he'll get certified.
Well, I also put my license at Villa too. I didn't do the REO, so, but I mean, yeah, she jumped on it, so that's great.
Yeah, she takes action.
Yeah. And his son, since he's been working there now, he doesn't take anything off his dad. They're like argue over the commissions. His son's not afraid to swear at him.
Yeah, thanks, Marie.
Sorry. Okay.
I am Kiana. I am also a licensed agent. Just recently, I am also also at Villa. I work with Todd.
And she got her first, well, we didn't sign it yet, but we got someone that's selling their house, really nice couple.
Yeah.
$90,000 house, $80,000 in Detroit, beautiful ranch, and they're gonna buy a house from us in Southfield.
All of that.
Yeah. That's great. And how long you been an agent?
A week and a half
Right.
or so.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Taking action.
that's what it is.
You found that lead yourself?
Networking, yes.
Networking?
Yes. Staying in my network, so.
What do you want to get out of tonight?
I like to network.
Okay.
Absolutely. So connections with other people. I pick up from others. I add value to them as well.
Just go around with Todd. And then
I follow Todd around all the time.
Learn and grab
I
the
am
mic
Todd
around and
Junior
stand.
right now. I go just about most places that he goes.
So are you a Marine too?
I am.
Yeah.
I
I
am
know.
retired.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. So networking. So are you developing a buyer's list?
Yeah, always.
Okay, because that's part of networking.
Yeah, always.
So
Either way, buy or sell.
has anybody gone on and used Fiverr to do what I talked about? So you can go on to Fiverr and there's a guy on there that sells scraping software for the Yellow Pages. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm currently doing right now. This is like good stuff. So I'm a 501c3, so I take donations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but let's say that you're looking for out-of-state buyers, so you can go on to, or people that'll buy your property. So you could use the Yellow Pages software and go in and put California, pick vacation states or wealthy states, and then you're going to put down real estate investors, real estate investing clubs, realtors, and now you're going to do is you're going to scrape that. So the Yellow Pages is going to come back and give you their phone number and their email address. Then you can go in and if you do a search online, you can buy email blasting software. So now you can start emailing them your deals, or you can actually start taking some educational stuff and start emailing them. And you can put your events on there. So now you're starting to get those people coming back to you. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And we do that, and we're getting ready to do that inside the real estate club because we record everything. So another way to network is like Todd will grab his stuff, you know, like when he goes to the meetings and hold up his name, and then you can do the same thing. And you can say, I'm part of a team. Forget about the fact that you've just been doing this for a really short time. Say, well, I'm part of a team. We're very experienced. Last year we did this number of houses. You know, call me. I'm a hard-working lady that wants your business. So, you know what I'm saying? So that would be a really good approach to that. So now you can also go on Fiverr and you can hire people who scrape the Yellow Pages, and you can tell them what you want, and they'll scrape it, and you'll come back with a list of like 5,000 names for like $6 is what it'll cost you. And they'll give you the exact same thing, and you don't have to use the software. So then out of that, so now we're in Michigan, you're getting deals. So now you're going to go to the Yellow Pages, and you're going to scrape all the real estate agents, all of the appraisers, and real estate investors. You're going to scrape the builders. Now you end up with a list of 10,000 people that you can now send an email out when you've got something tied up. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
So now you're starting to build a list. So you can say to Todd, my list is bigger than yours.
Yeah, that's always a no.
So, is that, yeah. Except he's going to be doing the same thing. So does that make sense to you too? For getting stuff, and you're probably doing it. Okay, so Tom, right?
Yep. I just got my real estate number Monday, and yeah, just starting out, and so I'm just trying to learn all I can, and you know, this stuff that you guys are talking about here, you know, I've my broker, they don't never heard that stuff, so it's good stuff.
Yeah,
From
so
the villa.
Yeah.
So if you start going to the real estate investing clubs,
Mhm.
you want to look at where the investors have their license.
Right.
So, so like Leonard's a broker, and he's an investor-oriented broker because he's handling REOs. So it's the same thing with Villa. And certain companies have ongoing training.
Mhm.
So you want to look at what they've got, and Villa does that. Maureen's a REO agent. They've got a lot of people there that do BPOs, broker price opinions, and they have ongoing training. On July the 1st at Villa in White Lake, what we're doing is on the at 9 o'clock, we're running a class. If you've got a real estate license, what are all the different ways you can use that real estate license to make money? So we're going to do that for about an hour and a half. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do till about 1:17. I like odd numbers. We're going to talk about how to do. If I could say to Todd, if I can get you a tenant that's going to pay above market rents and is going to be at risk, so I'm going to bring you a tenant that's going to give you $2,000 in non-refundable option money plus a note for another $10,000. So he's going to give you a note because he wants to buy your house. But when you run an ad in the paper, you're going to run the ad for rent to own. And what you're attracting is people who think that they really can't financially afford to buy the home, or they've got messed up credit, or there's something happened in the past that they can't own the house. Then we're going to have a mortgage broker at that meeting. And the mortgage broker, his job is to be able to qualify those people for a mortgage. So what you're telling them is that you're going to take them and you're going to talk to Todd, because you can get Todd to pay all the closing costs, and we're going to be showing him a fixed up house. So now the mortgage guy is going to pre-qualify him. You have to know the mortgage person, because we don't want to tell the mortgage person, we don't want them telling the people, oh, you qualify for an FHA mortgage, you don't need to buy his house. But they do, because he's willing to pay all the allowable closing costs, he's willing to go the extra mile. And we're willing to get them into the house immediately. But what we're really doing is qualifying them for that mortgage. So what we're really doing is lining them up to be able to actually buy the house. So, and we're putting them at risk, because we're saying, the mortgage guy says, yeah, they can afford the market rent, which is $750. I'm just making numbers up. So you're going to get the market rent. They can give you all the money they got. They're going to give you the first month's rent. They're also going to give you an additional $2,000, because that's what they've got. It might be $1,500. So whatever they got in cash, we're getting towards option consideration, which is non-refundable. And then we're going to be able to sell them the house too. So do you see what we're doing? And then we're going to get a note, because they're going to be short, because Todd wants 20% down in the form of option consideration. But the mortgage guy knows that they can afford to pay an extra $100, $200. If they can afford to pay an extra $200, then the note payment's $200. So now he's got the market rent plus the $200, plus they're obligated on a note. So they're committed. Do you see that? And the mortgage guy, if he's handling it right, might even actually get the parents to co-sign it. So now he's got a really rock solid deal. And now I've structured this whole thing and put it together. So I've ran an ad for somebody to rent a house, right? To rent to own. But what I'm doing also is collecting a $50 deposit. Is that reasonable to get $50 for a rental application? Give me your number, what you think's fair.
For rental applications?
Yeah.
About $40 is what I think.
40. Okay.
50, they get a little crazy.
So you do $30, but you get 10 mortgage you get 10 applications. How much money is that, Eddie? $300. You got paid to be there. And now you also are lining up. Some of these people just qualify to be regular tenant. What meeting can you go to and people will follow you out the door? Renegade, because all those guys need tenants and all the landlords are there. And then where can you get them to say thank you and smile at you? Todd, because he's got all these houses, and now I work for Villa, and that damn broker requires us to get a minimum, whatever commission it is. Let's say 5,000. And I'm going to give you this option consideration. I'm going to give you half of it. I'm going to give half to get paid towards my commissions. And then they're going to pay $200 a month, but I want all that time to go towards the commissions if I got you really good deal. I mean, I want all the options. Okay, so that's what that course is going to be on. So, and it costs you $20 to come to it unless you're with Bill, and then it's $5. And that's just to make sure you show up. So.
And with Villa as an agent, 100% of the commission goes to you. You don't split it with the broker.
Yeah, that's why the broker's a nervous wreck there.
You work hard for that zero.
Doesn't get paid enough.
Nope.
So, okay, so does that make sense to you? So now you're going to the meetings, not with houses, but you're going there with people. Who do you see coming to the Renegade meeting? One of our agents went there that was representing Section 8, and she got swamped. There was like people ready to marry her, so yeah, to get those Section 8 tenants. So.
Yeah, two. Bedroom, perfect shape.
Okay, so you guys ready to get started with the meeting today? Get going. So Leonard, Todd, you guys are going to talk a little bit about yourselves, and you can talk about like what any bullet points you want this evening. Okay. So we have Todd Chunn, Leonard Pickett, and Sherry, right? Pickett. So that's the most amazing thing is a husband-wife team in real estate.
They must have just got married.
No, I don't think so. 6 years.
Oh, nice. So were you sitting up there?
Yeah, you can just come on up and then you guys can take the show over. There's the PowerPoint thing. Oh, I'll tell you a couple things. I got 2 disclaimers. One, real estate by its very nature can be risky. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You always want to check with an attorney or CPA. The second thing is everything I tell you tonight is a lie. If you like it, you can try it on. That's in case you decide you want to sue me. I said that. We have a site called 27 Monthly Meetup. So every meeting we've had going way back has been recorded. So every class we've done, they're all recorded. So for $27 a month, or basically $9 a meeting, you can get all the videos. Like they'll talk about buyer favorable purchase agreements, any kind of forms that we talk about are on there. And if you're looking to get like dumpsters, there's a discount around dumpsters. There's a bunch of stuff that's on that site. So if you're interested on it, just talk to Maureen before you leave. So, and I'll let you take it over, Todd.
Okay. So, we talk about the monthly meetups and everything. Real fast?
Yeah, if you want, then we can start in.
Okay, here's a
And
few.
then tell us about you.
Okay, there's a few local real estate meetups. You know, we have our meetups, whatever days those are. The second Tuesday, then the third Wednesday, and then the fourth Thursday. Even though it says the third Thursday, but it's supposed to be the fourth Thursday. And we talk about wholesaling. Then we talk about commercial on one of them, and apartments and things like that. So bring in some attorneys, title companies, all different things. If you belong to the $27 monthly meetup, if you need any specific documents, or if you'd like us to talk about certain topics, just send a text to me, email Mark, and we'll find it. All right. Renegade Detroit is one of the greatest meetings there. You know, Oakland has one in Madison Heights. Villa is a sponsor there, and that's a good one too. And then we'll send you all these. There's some other ones here. And then I have one in the red. You can barely, I think that's mine. Anyways, on the fourth Tuesday, if there's 5 weeks in a month, We don't do it in the 5th week. We do the every 4th Tuesday of the month. We have a networking meetup at Bogart's on the east side. It's in Detroit on Mac, right on the border of Grosse Pointe. And it's more of a networking. We're gonna start, I think I'm gonna start having people just do a little tell us who you are, and if you have any deals or what you're looking for, just a quick introduction so everyone could get everyone's phone numbers and emails and what they're, kind of more networking that way. So you don't want to miss that. That's the best one. All right. So I guess I'm going to talk a little bit about myself first. I'm Todd Chunn, and I've been in the business for 20 plus years. Worked for somebody, started canvassing, knocking on doors for the company right out of the Marine Corps. Loved it. I was crazy. I loved trying to get in people's houses, knocking on doors. And it was a home improvement company. And from there, went into the finance business with that company, then mortgage business, became vice president. Then the market crashed. Fired all the employees, 25 employees, and then my income got cut 50 grand a year. I'm like, this guy controls my life, So, long story short, I was in the auction business at the time with that company in Wayne County. We were buying houses. We switched gears and we started buying all the short sales in Redford, East Point for 20 grand or less. Just great deals. And I didn't buy them. I worked for somebody. So learned the business. Didn't really know what I knew. I didn't know there was other investors out there. I thought this guy was the mom and pop. They just knew what they were doing. They've been doing it for years. Had no idea what this business was about. And so I learned the auction business. Went to started buying houses at the Genesee County auction for $1, $100. And I would go to the neighbors and say, I got a house. You want to buy it? They said yes. And then I would finance it. Give me $300 a month for 10 months, you can have it. And I bought, paid $1 for it or $100 for it. So I did a bunch of those while I was still working. And then from there, I wrote someone a check for $2,500. I said, if I don't quit my job on or before January 1st, 2017, you could cash the check. Because I quit that exact day. And if I wouldn't have wrote that check, I probably, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be. So I went on my own, did a couple fix and flips with some friends that had the money. And I didn't fix them. You don't want me to fix it. But I managed it, made sure it got sold, and we made a lot of money. We bought one on auction.com in White Lake, and we probably made 30 grand each. It was like a home run. And then we bought other ones, and then we were buying rentals, and I was doing this. I was a cowboy, big cowboy, just doing anything and everything. And I've always been a realtor, but I don't know how to do that side of the business.
Well, when you first started, you weren't having your son list.
Yeah, that just started
16 houses in 2 weeks.
Yeah, my son became an agent. Now I got my own realtor in my back in my house. So he lists all my houses. It's a great tool. I mean, it's a great tool.
You can't buy it for cash, and you're going to get it listed, right?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, and or I'm not going to walk away from a house. I'm going to switch gears, and that one. Kiana and I ran the other day. I would love to buy that house for 60 grand, but it just wouldn't be the right thing to do. And we just knew it, So we switched gears right on the fly and explained it to him. Said, yeah, I'll pay 60 grand for it, but that's not the best your option, Unless there's a reason, they have to move. And, sometimes you sell fast and you sell quickly at a discount because there's a reason for it, But if you don't have to do that, you gotta do the best for them, And so now we manage 140 rental properties, my partner and I, and that's a pain in the but it's going way better. We hired somebody to run it, which is great. And then we got about 12 fix and flips going on, about over half are pending, which is great. Can't wait to get back to a manageable number. And wholesaling, we got, we'll probably wholesale this month 15 houses easy, because we had someone that bought a pack of houses. So, and Kiana, we're working together, and she's a killer. So she's helping me out a lot, and so that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and then from me, like a lead generator, because I'm generating leads. Todd's like one of the people I go to because I want to go to somebody that's going to take action, put the deal together, and then put me in the deal. So, like, you in this business, if you really want to get successful, you need to find what you don't want to do. You can still do by sharing the commissions or splitting or working with somebody like Eddie. I mean, you gotta just find people that you like to work with that appreciate you. Known, heard, and appreciate. I want to be known, heard, and appreciated. So that.
I appreciate you, Mark. I don't think I ever said that before. That's what he's trying to say right now, but I do.
Yeah. The only problem he has is
Okay.
when I first met him, he could not say the word partner. It wouldn't come out of his mouth. He'd just look at you.
Like we're not partners.
Well, remember, probably from my training of 20 plus years working at the place I worked at, I knew how to do everything myself, and for sure. Just now learning how to share. I'm still not there, but I'm learning. And I do have a VA that works for me. He does a great job teaching how to make phone calls, and he manages my calendar. And so just trying to throw that out there so people, in case someone is thinking about VAs, I'm pretty experienced with that. And like Mark was saying, my son lists all my houses. We had a foreclosure. I was at the day of the auction, knocked on the door. The guy answered, and I said, "Look, the auction's today. Blah blah blah. It's in Westland. I can list this house." Da, da, da. He said, "Yeah." He went to auction for 12 grand, 15 grand less than what he owes. So now he's got some room to make money. Next day, we're out there listing the house. We just listed it, 2 showings, full price offer, pretty much. And the guy's gonna make money and. He thought he had to be out right then and there. They just don't have the, Right. So now he's getting money and he gets the, what do they call it, graceful exit, I think Marie said. So. All right, sorry.
Your son's agent.
Yeah.
Who's the broker, please?
Villa.
Oh, okay. Villa.
This is a Villa, sponsored by Villa here. Villa, actually, great. Are you in the business? Just brand new in the business?
I'm brand new, and I got a broker. He's M1 downtown Ferndale.
Okay, great. Well, Villa is great. There's a lot of really good experience agents. They just don't come into the office because they're working their tail off at home, and you can set it up any way you want.
You don't have like a boss or one guy that says, "Oh, I got my broker license. Here's my agent."
Well, Maureen right there is our boss.
Oh, okay.
She's very helpful. We do a mastermind meeting every other Monday, and you get what you want to get out of it. If you're there, if you show up, I tell people, if you're a new agent, and you just come into that office, you're gonna get business. There's so much business that you just gotta, there's business there. I'm just, I'm doing my own thing. I'm like telling my son, just get there. There's business here. It's just free business in my mind. And I'm not talking about sitting there at a desk waiting for people to walk in and pick up their phones. No, I mean there's.
If you're brand new, you want to start going to the investor meetings,
Right.
and then
So I'm doing
that would, even if you don't want to put your license, Bill will go there because you'll get some good training there.
Yeah, there's just a whole gamut of, you go to like into Max Brook, and, real estate one, and you got this desk fees, you got all,
Yeah, we got a pretty hefty desk fee. It's like $25 a month.
Yeah, well, I don't even have that.
Right.
I've got a.
And it's 100% commission goes to you. So, it works out well for new people, training. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, Facebook, please like my Facebook page. It's called Best Invest LLC-Deals. Best Invest LLC-Deals. I do a lot of live videos, videos of all the houses that I pitch, things like that. And we might do some cold calling, live videos like that also. So that's, I appreciate that.
You can put it on the board. I got heat duct tape for Todd's mouth. You guys can talk.
All right, so I'm Leonard Pickett. I'm the broker, RCH Brokerage. I've been in real estate about 19 years, believe it or not. My background for real estate, I was an engineer with General Motors. I did that straight out of high school. I started co-oping with GM, graduated from Kettering University, went on to work for General Motors for like 8 years. And the engineering just got boring to me and the politics of it, and I always wanted to do real estate, so me and my buddy got together. He said, hey, I'm taking this real estate class, let's do it. So I did it, he didn't. I got licensed, he didn't, and I just loved it. And so the first year, I think I sold 6 houses, and my second year I did 12, and then the third year just blew up. I started doing REO, and that went well for me. I met Mark, and he was doing donate real estate, and we kind of hooked up, and I was getting some donated houses from the banks to Mark and made some money that way. And so I also, I'm well versed, pretty experienced. I do a lot of flips, still do a little bit of REO. My wife Sherry here does the property management in our brokerage, so we have different streams of income in terms of real estate, and we wholesale as well. So I do a lot of wholesaling, which I like, and it's all about networking. So it's all about building your network, and that's what I like about what you guys are talking about, the energy and the cold calling. And I've pretty much done it all. I've done the door knockings, I've been to the sheriff's sales. I'm not scared for somebody to tell me no. So you just have to put yourself out there, put your faith out there, believe in yourself, have some confidence, and it can't always be about money. You do have to help people. So that's why I like how you talk about you went to the one house instead of buying it, kind of like decided to put it on the market for the lady. So we do the same thing. You gotta have compassion for people. So right now I probably got 8 wholesale deals going for this month. I got 3 off-market apartment buildings we're going to close this month, and I got something else cooking. Yeah, we got like 4 flips going. So things are, since the market has came back, things have kind of picked up. So it's really good to go to meetings like this where you can meet different investors and kind of share information and houses and just do deals. Because I mean, it's the boiler room thing. I mean, everybody here kind of has that same mindset of investing, and I like that. And I partnered up with my wife. I met her in 2007, and I was lucky enough for her to like me and come work with me. And our partnership has really been great. It's really helped take our business to the next level because she's well versed in things I didn't know about, like property management, traditional real estate, because I was more of an REO guy. So
He has nothing to do with traditional.
that's my thing. So I'll just let you kind of pick up on it.
My background, I started in real estate when I was like 19, so I've been doing this 20 years now. And I started out as a Century 21 girl. That was where I came up in. So we knew all about the buyers, sellers, traditional real estate, how to cater to them. I went over to his side and was like, REO, what do y'all do over here? What do you mean, send an email? I can't talk to anybody? Like, everything was negotiable for us because we had a buyer, we had a seller, we just talk it out and we can get it done. I got to send an email and figure stuff out that way. I was like, what in the world? This is stupid. So, and everything started to do like what the banks wanted to do. But I adapted quick. So, real estate is forever changing and we have to change with it. That's what people don't understand. If you get like in this one mindset, you're going to get stuck. So I had to run his horizons a little bit too. So once I got to the REO side and we started dealing with like more of the investors and things like that, because when the market crashed, that's what you got. You got most of the investors. I was like, okay, listen, we should do more of the property management side because I learned how to do property management, mortgages, and everything else when I was just in traditional real estate. So I've done every single aspect of the administrative side of real estate to the real estate side of real estate. So it's nothing I didn't do, pretty much. I can do the paperwork, which they're horrible at. Most realtors don't do paperwork well. That's just saying. But I can do the administrative part of it, and I can do the real estate side of it. So it was kind of a win-win situation for both. But I learned how to go in and say, okay, why don't we take these investors and do something else with them? Because once they buy the property, a lot of them are not from here. They don't live here. They don't know the market. They don't know the inspections. They don't know the laws. That's what they have us for. So right now, we're up to about 220 properties at the moment that I currently manage in the tri-state area. Yeah, so my face hurts half the time. I'll let you know that. It does.
Do you have a VA that helps you?
I have 2 assistants actually. So yeah, we have staff and everything that helps us as well. There's no way I could do this by myself. Like I had to teach him too. Like, look, some stuff we gotta just fish out there. You know, and as the brokerage, you make money on that side of it versus trying to hone it all in. You know, you can't do it all. It's not, especially if you're really trying to grow. There's no way. There's no way you're gonna be able to do it all. And you guys will know when you get to that point in your career and in your flipping and what you're trying to do when you actually say, hey, I need an assistant to kind of manage this kind of stuff right here. Because there's no way I can run out and do the deals. And that's kind of how it works so well with us when you're asking how the husband and wife kind of couple works. I take more care of the office stuff. You know what I mean? Making sure everything runs right. The girls are doing what they're supposed to do. Bills are getting paid. Everybody pay us. That kind of thing, and making sure the property management side runs really well. He's really good at going and fishing the deals. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. He's like running the streets most of the day. You know what I mean? I meet with housing. I meet with Section 8. I got different plugs and contracts to get my properties filled up, things like that for the investors. So just giving it a different avenue and approach. And then we kind of both work together as far as on our flip side. When it comes time to, like, we had the property, I got him, into a whole new staging, because he was fighting me on the stage, but the stage is working.
It works.
Can you spend a minute and talk about a stage deal, like from an investor type?
Yeah, sure. So we just did a house on Griggs probably about 2 weeks ago, and from the start to the finish, it took our contractor 3 weeks to rehab. So it was like a 4-bedroom, 2 full baths, 1-car garage, west side of Detroit. Good neighborhood, right behind Maupin. So they're going for about, we actually set the market over there.
We did.
Because I think the highest sale was like in the 90s, and we got 106 cash.
Yeah,
And
6 days.
6
So
days.
like
So,
right by Bagley, but on the other side of Wyoming.
right, just
Yep.
the west side of Wyoming.
Yep.
Right by Bagley.
Yeah, right outside of the bank.
And
Yep.
so we just had good, clean finishes. We, ceramic bathrooms, hardwood floors. Had our stager come in and give that home feeling, make it smell good. And what you want to do when you flip these houses, you don't want to give the buyer a reason to say no. So every little thing that you see that's wrong has to be fixed. So we're meticulous with that, making sure, okay, the sidewalk is cracked, we're going to repair that. If the garage is chipped paint, we're going to paint it. I'm not going to wait for FHA to tell me, oh, we need to paint this garage, scrape the paint, because I'm trying to be cheap. Because that just wastes time, and time is money. So this deal, we were just lucky enough to get a cash buyer because they were selling their house. They actually sold their house and they had to get out. So they took the proceeds from that because they were downsizing. They bought our house, which
So
was perfect.
the house was totally furnished, all the
Yeah.
towels in the
Totally
bathroom.
Everything.
Yeah.
The bedrooms upstairs also.
Yeah.
It was better home than garden.
Well, we do a full stage. So they give you the option of doing a partial stage where they only do some of the rooms, and that's a cheaper way to do it. I personally like the full stage when they do the bedrooms. We have appliances, because he used to fight me on the appliances.
I don't
as well.
put appliances.
The appliances work. I'm trying to tell you, I'm serious. No one fights you on it. I'm serious.
Get a ruler and
But
whack him.
and even with the stage, now here's the thing with our staging company. You can lease the appliance, like they can include it in the stage if you want it that way. And then what usually happens is the buyer asks to buy the dead glass and appliances anyway. So you're like, okay. So you gotta raise the price for them to get the dang on appliances. It's like you could have just included it in the first place. You know what I mean? With the appliance. So that's what I said. The appliances thing, it really does work. So they look for that, and they got the nice stainless steels that they put in there. They don't just put the know, like the tenant looking great stuff.
Yeah.
They put the higher end stuff if you're gonna do your flips. You really want to look like, what would you look for if you were buying a home? That's how I always look at our properties.
Correct.
So I don't look at them and say, okay, well, we can just skimp on this or we can skimp on that. You're trying to make something where a homeowner wants it, not a tenant. And sometimes, you know, as investors and things like that, we got rental properties, we got to flip that switch off, right? Because there's a certain grade we put in for our tenant property. I know I'm talking to them, right? I see it. So, you know, because it's a certain grade we put in there for our tenants, but our flips take a little bit more. And so that's why I had to really tug at him to get him to do that staging thing. I was like, let me tell you. And I went into it, how I got into it was because I went and showed a buyer of mine a property. And when I went in, I was like, oh, this looks nice in this stage. Now of course, because I know what to look for, right? So I seen little imperfections, but what I noticed was my client did.
Yeah.
He didn't see little stuff that normally his attention would have went right to it. You know what I mean? Like I seen a different color in the hardwood varnish of the floor. It's like, you know, this like little stuff that is like, oh crap. And it was like no plug on this one wall in the kitchen. I'm like, why is there not a plug there? Like that's just stupid. But those are things. But it was so nicely staged and it was so nicely done. He didn't even notice. He just was like, oh, this is so nice. This is doing this is upgrade. So when you're in investing and you're in the flipping and you're trying to, you know, really turn it, that stage matters. Now it's an extra about $3,500, $3,000 cost on top of that you have to budget into your project. Okay, it is. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's worth it. I mean, the whole point of the flip is to not have this house sitting on the market for 6 months looking at you, right?
Who does the staging? Can you tell us their information?
I use a guy, his name is Jay Stratton. What is it called? Hold on.
Secret, she doesn't even give
Yeah, I really don't. I be
Oh,
like,
she
no.
doesn't.
So I'm like, I guard it. I be like, don't you talk to my
But
guy.
what I will say about the staging, it really works because the first house we staged, we sold in 2 weeks, and this last one sold in 7 days.
Yeah.
And we're
I'm
like
gonna
20
try that.
Yeah.
I got a couple.
It really works, and it distracts the buyers. Like, so when they come in, they don't focus on what's wrong with the house; they just focus on what they love. And it really gives it that home feel. So I recommend it.
Your property management company, are you looking for more landlords? I mean, more deal or contracts or whatever you want to call it, more people to go with you, or are you just servicing the people that you're selling houses to?
No, I get investors all the time that want to come aboard and have me do their property management. I actually just signed up about 3 of them Monday. So I have some new ones that come in all the time. So no, I'm definitely doing the property management side. And I just feel like the more I get, you know, I just have to expand, you know, my employees and that kind of thing to help manage those
Feel
portfolios.
free to tell everyone how to contact you.
Oh, okay.
Property management.
Yeah, no, put that out
yeah,
there.
okay. Sure,
Yeah.
I'll put it up there. Yeah, but we definitely do welcome all the investors and the property management side because we understand that's a hard market. And when you guys have investors and you're gonna fully service the investors that you guys are getting in real estate, having a person to direct them to do the property management is ideal. Because when they buy this property and they don't know what to do with it or which way to go with it, it's very frustrating trying to work and manage a property and you live in Florida or you live in California or you live in, I have investors in Argentina, I have investors in Hong Kong, I have investors all over the world. So therefore they don't know what's going on here. All they want to know is where our money is. And then it's a lot of scumbag property managers. Just gonna be honest with you. It's a lot of them. They take advantage. These people can't find them. They collect rents, don't send it to the investors. You know, they're making up invoices and repairs. Like, I mean, I get a lot of horror stories as far as property managers go. So I pride myself on operating with integrity. I just feel like, you know, if you're not the type of owner that's going to operate with integrity in your properties, I have no problem with firing as an owner. I mean, because I'm not going to put my name, my company name, because at the end of the day, no one knows my investors. That's how rock solid it is. The tenants do not call them under any circumstances. They have no idea who they are. All they know is RCH Brokerage. So if something goes wrong, I'll be on the news, not the investor. So.
Ruth? She works with
Our
you? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, that's our So that's the only reason why we have a property management company. The same thing is we were selling houses to investors most of the property management companies are horrible.
Mhm.
And if they don't if they don't make money and someone's taking care of their properties, they live out of state or out of the country, they're not gonna buy another house.
Nope.
So we gotta treat them, we gotta do it the right way, get it city certified, do all the good things, explain everything and do a good job so they'll keep buying houses.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
that, it's gonna be very tough.
Sherry, will you just say your phone number slowly out loud
Oh,
so somebody
okay.
watching them?
Sure, it's 313-784-7118.
And you're located in Southfield,
Yep,
Michigan,
and
right?
I'll give you the office number.
Would you welcome like an investor agent into your office?
Sure.
Yeah. And I can tell you Leonard's an incredibly quality person that does stuff the right way.
Thank you, Mark. Sounds like you guys got great property management. We're just working out of Chunn, ours is going well. And I just, the more good guys like us.
Makes a difference because everybody wins. If you want your investors to be happy, they got to win. I got to be winning too, so it's good. Yeah, it makes sense.
For sure. Yep.
What?
Go to the next slide.
Oh, click it. Yeah, keep going, keep going.
Oh, it's me again.
There you go. Leave it there.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Maureen.
Hey, Sherry, look at the
Sherry.
Say it later straight.
Sherry, I
Hey, I'm
handled
done?
it.
Oh,
Sorry.
That works out. Do you have
It's
a
okay,
friendly,
my cell is in there, so it's good. It's a great review.
what title companies you guys like working with?
We like, let me see, we do some deals with parks,
Detroit Title and
Detroit Title and Escrow.
I love that.
Yeah, we like them too. And what's the other one we like? Fidelity, yeah, we sometimes use them too. Yeah.
So did you want to talk more about what you're doing? Leonard?
Sure. What else can I talk about? So the wholesale piece. So I like to talk about the wholesale piece because I've been even though I've been in real estate for a while, that's a little bit newer for me. But I've built up a seller network, I should say, because I know everybody's been talking about buyer lists. Well, I've got so many sellers I've dealt with, so many properties I've sold in the past, and now when people come and say, hey, I want to sell. So now I've got inventory that I'm trying to move, in bulk. So what I'm looking for buyers who want to buy.
Can you give us an example of somebody you might have and kind of like, because
So,
people,
yeah, I got one guy, he's trying to move about 100 houses right now. So I got that list. And then there's synergy too. I just got a phone call from a guy in Florida. He's looking for 100 units to purchase. So if anybody's got 100 distressed units that they want to sell, I got a buyer, they're a serious cash buyer right now. What else do I got going? I got a couple apartment buildings for sale on the east side, one 14 unit and one 28 unit off the Shaner and 6 Mile. So I got a lot of wholesale deals. I got another 5 unit. It used to be it's perfect for a group home. It's on the east side right now. That's what the guy was using it for. And the seller's rehabbing it right now. So if anybody wants to get into like the group home business, it would be a good starter for that. It's off of Frankfurt and Chalmers. You know what that area is? Warren,
There's an apartment complex that went to tax sale. You remember that one on Frankfurt?
Yeah, there's a big. I saw it. It's a huge.
Tried to buy it, almost got it.
How many units is that? About 100? It looks huge.
Yeah.
That's a nice area. And really, that east side corridor area is really coming back. It's a good area to invest in with that new Chrysler plant that's coming in over there. There's some new housing development I hear coming down the pipeline. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but it's coming down that way. So that whole corridor from Connor to 90, from Connor to probably Casu, from 94 all the way to the riverfront. Yeah, it's a good area to start looking at investing. So this is just the best time to buy real estate in Detroit. I don't know if it'll ever be like. This reminds me of I would say like 1998 when stuff started to take off and the value started to take off again.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a really good time to make money because, you know, we had REOs in, but it wasn't flooded. So you don't want the market to be REO dominant like it was in like 2010, when it's like all REO but no mortgages. Because like nobody was really making real money. It was just like,
and the commissions were
just
like,
wheeling and dealing. The commission was like $1,000, $2,000.
because the bank totally changed the whole field of commissions. Before this whole crash thing, we were all making great money as far as commissions go. I mean, we're sitting for realtors. You guys, I'm serious. Like the commissions were outstanding. You could sell a house and it was like a $4,000 or $5,000 commission easy. These banks came in and took it down to $1,500. We was like, wait a minute. I mean, how's I gotta sell to make this up? So yeah, we like it to where it's a nice mix of the REO stuff, the bank-owned stuff, or people just kind of get rid of properties and things like that. Because you get a lot of investors now that they're selling because they don't want to do the city compliances and stuff like that. They don't want to do that kind of stuff, so they're dumping their portfolios as well right now. But then we like it to where we can still take a neighborhood and get something to people that can buy that are homeowners and they actually want to live in. You know what I mean? So that's a great mix of a market versus it's just one-sided to everything. Yeah.
And another thing I've been doing now is transactional funding on these wholesale deals. So where I'm not using my own money, where I find like a lender who will step in and purchase the property for me that day, and I sell it to my end buyer.
Yeah.
And that's working out really well. So
now, are you doing a lot of off-market properties when you do that?
Yeah, off-market properties when I do that. Yep. So everything I'm talking about is off-market.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
all right.
Just so they don't know what you're making, right?
Right. Just so they don't know what I'm making.
It shouldn't matter, but it does matter.
But it does.
It does.
Right.
It does. And you guys will find that. I mean,
Does everybody understand what off-market properties are?
Yeah, they're not listed. That does. You think that it doesn't matter, but that's kind of like what Mark was talking about when you said you got to find a good group of people to kind of work with. Everybody is in it to make a profit of some sort. Okay. Now, some things, we can't always make profits, and we may not be able to make as big of a profit as we would like to sometimes. But that's the end goal. The whole idea is share the wealth. Don't get jealous about what this person's making. That when you start counting what he's making, what you're making, then everything just goes down the toilet at that point. Okay?
So,
no.
if I got another question. So, like, I'm teaching this lease option course, and they're able to actually qualify people to buy a home.
Okay.
But the people that they're qualifying know that they need to buy the home from Leonard Pickett because Leonard's going to pay all their allowable closing costs.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
So if Eddie wants, I'm saying this, you want to get really into doing that. So if he's bringing you that qualified buyer, would you be where you can almost convert them instantly to an FHA, and you've got them at risk like that? Are you a good customer for Eddie, I guess is what I'm asking.
I need Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie needs me.
Because see, they've got the retail, they've got the inventory for what you're doing, and you can put something together there. So there's a lot of money that if you're putting the option stuff together properly, then you're doing really good, And then if you develop a relationship, I'm sure that it'll work out to get better over time.
The real key, like especially when you're dealing like with wholesaling, when you're buying, if you're gonna like flipping properties, you gotta have a great crew. And so being in the business so long, we finally developed a great crew. We tried other guys, either they were inexpensive or too slow, or they just couldn't get it done. So we've got a guy who's fast. He's not the cheapest, but he's very good. He does a high quality work, and he can handle probably about 10 houses at a time.
But that goes back to everybody has to make money. It has to be profitable. So you can't keep cutting your contractor and think he's gonna be your contractor for too much longer. I mean, I'm just being honest with you, because we see it all the time with our investors. One of the biggest things that I see that the investors make a mistake with, because you have to understand, once they buy this property, once they fix it up, it becomes my problem after that, because I'm the one with the tenant. Okay? You laughing because you know I'm right. Okay, because they buy this property, and the first thing they want to do is they want to cut the contractor. They sit up there and they get this property and they then spend $25,000 on it, and the contractor comes in and say, okay, it's gonna be $25,000 to put it all the way together, so we won't have any problems. 25,000. We can't make this 18. You know what I mean? And so the contractor is like killing me. So depending on the volume, because it's what you guys do, depending upon the volume and stuff that they're getting, they like, well, I'm giving you 3 other jobs, this, that, and the other, but this house needed 25,000. And what you don't understand is if you don't spend that extra 7,000 now, you're gonna spend it later. And I tell them this all the time, and probably more. Because as soon as you move a tenant in, they start turning on lights and start running water, and that plumbing job you skipped out on, you should have jetted the basement, and all this other kind of crap is going to come up, and then me, the property manager, I get all the phone calls. And then I'm calling you on the phone going, remember this, $5,000-$7,000 you didn't want to spend to initially rehab? Guess what we got to spend now? And now you're kicking and screaming, because now you're ready to make money. And it's even worse, because now you have someone living there. So now they're barking all the time. You know what I mean? An empty house makes no noise. I don't have to hear those phone calls, and nobody's living there, okay? So my thing is, do it right the first time. And that's the biggest thing you want to get your investors. If you're the one investing, or if you're the one you have clients that's investing, do it right the first time. It saves a whole lot of time, money, and heartache in the end, okay?
Or if you're selling to that investor because you want them to buy more property, so you don't want to sell them junk.
Right.
So if they start having problems with the houses, they're not going to buy more houses from you. It's game over.
Yeah.
So, your name is out there, so, you want your name to be good in this business, and that carries you a long way.
So the bottom line is you're looking for investors that'll listen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You laugh, but I'm serious.
Yeah,
I've got
I
rid
get
of
it.
investors that don't listen. I can't be part of that. I mean, like, seriously, I have. I will get rid of you. I'll be like, no, it's okay. You take you and your little portfolio of houses. Have a good day.
Yep.
I will do it in 5 seconds. I have no problem with it, because all money is not good money to me, and I have to have something that I can stand by. Like I have relationships with Section 8, different Section 8 houses. I have things with private housing departments that's not Section 8 that trust me, and my word is everything to them. So I can't sit up here and vouch for your house, and you got mold and stuff growing in the basement, and you don't want to fix it. You know what I mean? Then you want me to move tenants in here and get you $950 a month. Like, how does this work?
Yeah.
I can't do both. So
Yeah.
if it's gonna be something I stand behind, I need you to be able to fix it, do it right the first time. And if it's something does go wrong, we just gotta make sure we're on top of it and we handle it. So that's a good part of your, trust me, don't cut the contractor. The contractor is your friend. One thing, we've been working our contractor probably about 10 years or so, and he's been, it's a great crew. And believe me, it was funny because we were just on a call on the way here, and one of the guys we have partnered with to do one of the flips, he's kicking and screaming about our contractor, and he doesn't like our contractor prices. And we're like, we understand that you may not like some of the prices or some of the things that he do, but guess what? We haven't found anybody better. And the moment that you do, let us know. Because his turnaround time is good. Because contractors can be cheaper, but if it takes them 90 days to do a flip for you, you just lost money. And we all know we live in Michigan. So the weather changes on us. Yep. We're in a very small
Or
window.
you find a cheaper guy and they do a horrible job, and you just gotta go back and redo it.
Look, we just had some people drive all over mold. We had to go back and rip everything. Yeah, see how your face look? That's how our face look too. And because you called yourself wanting us to use your crew, right? So we was like, okay, fine, we'll let them go in, demo, do the stuff on it. Do you know they drive all over mold? Yeah. So who wants to get sued? Anybody? Hands going? No, I didn't think so. So when you just gotta be careful with that type of thing, and people don't understand, because you're gonna get people that want to partner with you. You're in real estate, and partners are not always great because they don't understand the end game, and that's okay. So if you do a deal or two with them and it works out good, that's fine. But if it doesn't, don't be scared to cut them loose either.
You just can't cut corners.
Yeah. Yep. Now, especially not when we're sitting here with licenses that we can lose. So we can't play the whole, I didn't know role. We're not part of that population. So that means that, we got to do our due diligence, I think.
If you were talking to a brand new investor getting started, what would you tell them to do?
A couple things.
Yep.
So I would tell them to come to meetings like this and network, find them one or two good agents they can trust to buy properties from, or wholesalers or whatever like that.
Yep.
And whatever they buy, I would tell them to get them a good private inspector so they know what's going on with that property before they buy it. That's really key. So I know a lot of investors who buy in bulk, a lot of them they always get the houses inspected so they know what's going on. So that gives you something to negotiate with in terms of the pricing, and you know what you're getting into, whether you want to get this house or walk away from it.
Yep.
Because everything is not, you can't see everything. Some defects are hidden, and a good private inspector is going to pick that up. So
Yeah, especially if it's a person living in the property, because it's hard to see some defects sometimes in the property when you have people staying there, because you got their stuff and everything else. So you walk through and it's like, yeah, it looks solid. We just had that happen to one of the investors, and the private inspector went in and found out that the foundation was like crappy on his house, and he was like, "Oh, I'm pulling."
I think the house was sinking. It was actually our mortgage guy. He was about to buy a house in Commerce Township. The house was relatively new. It was built in the 2000s, but it was actually sinking on one side. And so the homeowner tried to fix it and finish the basement and drywall over it, but our guy caught it. And thank God he did. I mean, the stuff in that house.
Yeah, drywall.
Big loss. And you
Drywall.
It's duct tape.
I would tell new investors stay away from buying auction.com houses right off the rip, because a lot of those houses have defects too. You have to buy them sight unseen. Sometimes they got people in them. And I know one instance where an attorney we work with, a buddy bought a house that's got foundation issues, and the people they bought it from, they ended up suing them, and they got some money, but it's still not enough to fix the house. So they're just gonna let the house go, and it's going to auction.com in like maybe a couple weeks or something. And somebody's gonna buy the house, and they got a great deal.
Start it all over again.
Yeah.
So the cycle continues. So you just wanna, be careful. You're spending your money, especially if it's your hard-earned cash.
Yeah, you gotta be more experienced. You gotta start messing with that.
Yeah.
And be ready to lose money too.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
I
Yeah,
lost
they
a few dollars. I can tell you, I tell a quick story about auction.com.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not auction.com, but this is an auction property in Allen Park, ranch, nice. Paid the lady $7,000 for the deed. I was gonna fix it and flip it, and sell it for $230,000. Okay. And the comps were there, everything. Rehab took long. And we're playing the redemption game, Sell it before that 6 months is up. So it got to the 6 months. We had it on the market, and it got to the 6 months. Now it was, and it wasn't selling. And was it, all right, now go borrow the money to go pay off the redemption, or cut your loss and lose $15,000 that we put into the house. And it was looking nice. And thank goodness we took our loss and lost $15,000, because the person that someone bought it on auction.com. All right, because we had the redemption rights, right? From the owner. So someone bought it on auction.com. So we offered it to them. We offered this and that, and then we didn't tear the house up, because I don't believe that way. We put a new furnace in. They got the house in beautiful shape. We fixed it up for them. We put $15,000, fixed it up, painted it, cleaned it out, new floors, and whatever else. We did the whole 9 yards. It looked beautiful. But the problem was, it's my fault. It's a 3-bedroom house with no basement in Allen Park on a beautiful lot. There you go. You're buying an oddball house, right? Wasn't thinking, or whatever. I learned. Lesson learned. So, they put it on the market, and we told them, someone after had an offer. Said, look, this is an offer. You guys, I'm letting you know you can sell the house. They didn't take the offer. They ended up losing money.
Yeah.
Which is great. They never sold it. I mean, they went down from 2.25 to probably $160,000.
Wow.
They paid $200 for it.
Wow. So they lost money on it.
Anyway.
Yep.
Happens.
And those
Be
things
careful.
happen.
You hit a good point. Stay away from oddball houses.
Yeah.
Houses on cross spaces, no basements. Slab house might be okay if the neighborhood is slab houses, but cross spaces, I stay away from.
Unless you just get them so cheap.
Right.
It's a rental property and this and that.
You already got an end buyer for it. Like, it's gotta make sense.
Yeah.
If you already got an
Makes
end
sense.
buyer
Yeah.
for it, and they don't mind these things, then it's good, it's okay.
If it's typical for the area, then maybe it's not that bad. But if it's the eyeball house, you know, everybody's got a garage, but your house doesn't, it's gonna take a longer time to sell. Stuff like that.
And if you got a new investor getting into the business and they're not working with a whole lot of capital and a whole lot of, money and stuff up front, you just gotta be mindful not to put them in the difficult deals. Don't get them something that needs a bunch of rehab. Don't get them into anything like that. They might have to spend a little bit more on the house because it's in better condition. That's more ideal for that type of buyer. You know what I mean? Like, don't let them buy something that's like 10, 15,000 and it literally needs $45,000 worth of work. Like, they're gonna hate you. Okay, they're not gonna, I'm serious, they're not gonna have a patience level for it, number one. Number two, they're not gonna understand the rehab process. It's gonna be a freaking nightmare. And you're gonna be like pulling your hair out by the end of the deal. You're going, oh my God, they're gonna think that you're the worst agent ever because how could you get me in this deal? Because you gotta think, they're new. So if they're new and they don't have this much money to work with, don't do that. You wanna get them something solid, something pretty much that's gonna take them 15 to 20 grand to fix up. They can pretty much get a tenant right in there and start seeing a return on their investment sooner than later. Okay?
So would you buy off of auction.com now?
That's all one the other day.
Say, if you know what you're doing, it's cool, but you gotta know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're
Do
doing.
you get inside the houses when you do that?
No, sometimes. Yeah, it all depends.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you the same thing.
A lot of times,
Basically, so you find out what houses are gonna go up in auction, you go out and get it inspected, or how does that work?
No, you know what, if you meet the owner or the tenant or something like that, I'll go inside, even maybe before the auction, let's say pre-foreclosure, I go inside the house and then it goes to auction, no one buys it, then it goes on auction.com and say, oh, I've been in that house. I know that house.
Yeah,
So,
the
yeah,
weirdest
that's
houses
as
I
far
ever
as-
bought, I bought from E&R auction. We used to be able to go there, so I'd buy sight unseen. I bought a house one time on a slab. I got inside the house, and you could take your foot and like hit the floor, and it would like make an echo. The guy that lived there before hand dug a basement. No foundation walls. The house is sitting on a big hole. I was like freaking out. It was like, so
Oh my
I
gosh.
dug a hole into the side of the house, and I brought in dump load trucks of sand and filled it up, and it worked out okay. But it was like, it was just like insane.
He really wanted a
I
basement.
bought another house. And it was all boarded up and everything. It was like 8 bedrooms. This thing's huge, but it didn't. He only had a few studs left on the inside. So, and I had a friend buy one at the auction, and so I had him check with the city. I said, go to building and safety and see if the house has been ordered demolished. Make sure all that. But what the city did was they took the file when they ordered it demolished and sent it to the law department. So you got to check not with building and safety, but with the law department too. So he drives from the auction. The house was there the morning. He drives from the auction to the house, and they'd already demoed. There's a big hole in the ground. So I met him, and he's got a cigarette in his hand. He's shaking. He kept taking me over. They stole my house. He's just shaking like this.
Oh my God.
So anyway, what are some horror stories that you could tell us not to do? Which is you've given a few. Any others? Mistakes. This is your chance to.
Oh, yeah.
Our investors.
One of the houses that didn't have insurance on it, and got caught a fire. That was one of the ones.
But they didn't charge you with arson.
No.
That's called an idiot's policy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a few of them.
Yeah.
I had a fire inspector come in and said, "This is your house?" "Yeah." "Well, there was arson." And I go, "Okay." He goes, I go, I don't, he goes, he skipped the asking question. I finally said I didn't have an insurance policy. He goes, "Oh, you had an idiot's policy." And he left.
I bought a house in Rosedale Park from a wholesaler, pretty much too good to be true. 15 grand. had my title company check title. We closed with the title company. We had title insurance, and we put 15 grand into it. It was a nice house. Listed it 100 plus. Got an offer, and then all of a sudden, the owner from California calls and says, "What are you doing to my house?" And then so it was a big mess, and ended up getting what I paid for the house back. Lost the money I put into it. We only had so much title insurance, and I learned it was a huge lesson, degree or whatever you call it, class, huge class.
Wow.
You know what? The title company, the guy that signed that closing, they verified it was the guy and everything. It was a whole scam, straw buyer type deal. Huh? No. I'm not gonna say the title company there. I love the guy still. So slowly but surely, I bet you it's been a couple of years since that happened.
We'll tell you what the camera says.
And slowly but surely, they paid me back. They do so many good things for me for free. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I took the loss, and we were gonna sue them, and they had their insurance. And then we were just spending more money, bad money, and might lose still. Whatever.
Good money after
Just
bad.
get
Right.
it, go to the next deal, go make more money.
Yep.
Something that investors don't realize is when you're buying a house and you're getting title insurance, the title company's going to run a check on that house, but it might be 2 weeks before the closing or a week before the closing. So then somebody unscrupulous, say I'm unscrupulous, I come and file a claim against your house, but it's after the title company has checked it. So when they're closing with you, you don't have coverage. That's gap insurance like. So you can have them sign off at the closing. They have to personally sign the title insurance policy. That way your insurance is good all the way up to the moment of closing. But they won't tell you that.
Yeah,
So
I know that, and I don't do that. So I'm gonna do that from now on.
You got anything you're closing on pretty soon? I can.
Yeah, exactly. That's a marked up title, right?
Marked up title. So you always want to get a marked
do
up
that?
policy at
No.
the time of closing.
We gotta start doing that.
Yeah.
Just like disclosures, you gotta do those.
Oh yeah, just learn it one time the hard way, and you'll remember. So
Oh, yeah.
when you do have a closing and you're involved, you want to ask for a marked up title policy. They don't like doing that, but they will do it. And you can tell them ahead of time, I want a marked up title policy.
Yeah.
Which means at the closing table, they're signing it, marked up, and that you've got full coverage, which you know as well as I do with what goes on in the market, there can be some screwing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
So,
I think our biggest thing right now is probably guarding against vandalism with the flips. That's like a big thing. It worked out really well with us because literally we had a house on Midnight we were flipping just about a month or so ago, and 2 days before we closed, everything was going fine, everything was going good. We had stagers take the furniture out, kind of thing, and the buyer was doing a walkthrough, and they had broken the back window, took my hot water tank, scratched the hardwood floors, took the furnace, the stove, and the refrigerator. Gone. So it cost like another $5 grand. And the copper plate. Yeah. So we had
They were there a long
thank God we
time.
didn't lose our buyer. That was a good thing, because like the buyer didn't walk, like she still wanted the property. But what it did, it postponed closing now, because she didn't want to close until she made the house back whole again. So, we had to shove out about another $5-6 grand real fast to go ahead and put everything back. And so we can go ahead and sell the house. So
so what are some things you can do to guard against?
So to safeguard, sometimes use house sitters, but that's not always reliable. Sometimes some of them can be kind of shaky sometimes. So what I've been doing is I purchased a portable alarm system that I installed in the house.
Yeah.
And you can operate it from my phone, so I can arm it and disarm it from my phone. And so
we don't give anybody
we'll put it on the market. We may, we'll arm it at night and disarm it in the morning, and we just have show it at a set time. After that, the alarm stays on there.
Yeah.
And that works the best. And don't give anybody the code, so agents can't call you for it. It's just available. And then once it goes pending, could lock back down.
We use security gates.
Okay.
I know I'm asking.
That doesn't stop.
No.
That doesn't stop. Security gates, they'll take those too.
You know, I use a screw that has a certain fit, and I screw the security gates right in. I screw the door shut.
Okay.
I had people break into the window and they left the furnace and hot water tank because they couldn't get out of the house. And
Cool.
you know, but if someone really wants to get in, you know, if they have the right equipment in their car, they could break the doors off and stuff like that from the inside, of course.
Yeah.
I use Simple Safe. I do have a house sitter that I've used. And I try, what I like to do, I hate lock boxes. They're so easy to break open and get the key, right?
Right.
So I might have 3 houses in Bagley. So I got one in Kentucky. I'll put the Woodingham key in the Kentucky, and I put the Kentucky key in Woodingham. So I tell my client, you gotta go here to get this key, to go here. It's a mess. So we just hide keys all around.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, but these are the measures they make us go
That's
to.
what you
Like,
gotta
you know,
do.
this is what you gotta do to kind of like
Will you
safeguard your investment.
get to know the neighbor and let him park his car in your driveway?
Yeah.
Get to know the neighbors.
Yeah.
Get
And
some
sometimes
great,
the neighbors
and you
are
pay
awesome.
them money. I give them money right off the bat. You know, try to give them money every time I see them, and then they're always hounding me. But
You
that's
doing
all
any of
right.
the Home Alone tricks where you got the lights turning on at a certain time?
That's a good idea. I really haven't. Like, but if we're gonna put a central air unit in a house we're flipping, I will not put that unit in until after closing, and they'll hold money in escrow.
Yep.
And a furnace, there's times where I put a furnace in, they do their appraisal, and I pull that furnace
Yeah,
out.
we do the same thing.
You
We
know,
do the same
do
thing.
that, and then
Yep.
put it back in the day of closing, or
Closing,
when they're gonna do their walkthrough.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a house sitter sit there that night if they have to spend a night or two
Yeah.
Yep.
Until we close it.
until we close it.
Yeah, so we.
The signs are already up and said, copper stolen, text by Goldman.
Yeah. No, we do not use real estate signs.
No.
No, we don't.
no,
No, we
real
don't
estate
either.
signs.
We
And I
don't
put
either.
It just
blinds.
Not on
tells
our
everyone
flip.
break in.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
put blinds up
Yeah,
too. We put
not on our
blinds
flip.
up.
Yeah.
No.
Blinds on the
Blinds
windows.
up,
Yeah.
blinds on the window.
We don't
so
ever
they
put
can't-
a
You don't
sign
want to be
up.
seeing straight through.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, we
especially
put
at
blinds
night.
up.
15 years
no
ago, I
sign.
used to go to Salvation Army and buy radios and put it on 950 talk radio.
The radio works.
Just turned it up.
Yeah, people
Radio
think
works.
somebody there, you know, that kind of thing. So it's just little things that you know you have to safeguard against, cause man, they will cost you.
Oh,
Yeah.
on here, horror story. This is
We should do horror story night.
I just thought of it. Rental property or house we bought from someone, whatever. Nice house. Water was running probably for 3-4 weeks. In the basement. Down the drain. But guess what my water bill was?
$1,000.
Oh, I wish.
$8,000.
$14,000.
No,
I
seriously.
it took me 3 days to even look at it. I didn't even want to look at it. $14,000.
Wow.
There's another horse there. Everything comes around the $15,000 mark with me. I got three $15,000 issues.
We got one now. We just got hit for our contractor did. We put the alarm on the house, but he had his electrician working on it. He didn't arm the power back up, so the alarm didn't work. He had just put the appliances in there Sunday night. Somebody went in there and stole the appliances.
You should have told your wife. I told you we shouldn't be putting up
He was like, man, I can't believe it.
Right.
He's like, man, I can't believe it. He was like, somebody I know got it.
Somebody, yep, that's exactly what it is.
Somebody I know got it.
And you gotta be careful.
You gotta be real
You
careful.
gotta be just careful of that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, we do the best we can with safeguarding, but just let the investors know, and always just keep in mind that small little budget to the side for those incidentals, for those things you cannot see, for those things you did not expect, for, you know, the person across the street to wait for y'all to finish fixing that house just to break in it. Like, that's what they're waiting. I'm just telling you the truth. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And that's all
So
right.
guys, that's why it's important to be a lead generator and teach who you're selling to say, pardon.
So that house on Justine that I got for so cheap, right? They're fixing it up. And the guys go to lunch, and it's wintertime, pretty much. Furnace is gone. You can see the marks of the furnace getting all the way down, about 5 houses down to the side door of a neighbor's house. So we go there. And the guy said, it's sitting on the side of the house. He said, go get it. And then by the time we got there, it's probably inside the house, right?
Right.
My partner's knocking on the door. He's ready to go crazy. I said, "That's a furnace. It's a furnace.
It's a
We'll
furnace, right.
replace
It's not,
it.
you
You're
know,
not
where
about
you
to get
kill
shot with a
someone or
furnace.
you get shot, you know."
Unless
So
you don't like
I
it.
probably bought it from some guy for $200 at the used for this place. That's what I get.
Welcome
That's
to
true
Detroit
when
real
you're
estate.
dealing with contractors and you got like, I had a lot of furnaces getting stolen. It was actually my furnace contractor.
Wow.
I finally bought a junkyard marking pen and put my name on the furnace. And sure enough, I bought another furnace from him and it was my furnace. So the same guy would steal the furnace, sell it back to me.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Terrible.
That is terrible. That's
Terrible.
horrible.
No, like I said, I was in the rental business with my previous employer many, many years ago. Never in my first 15 plus years ever had a furnace stolen, hot water tank stolen, anything. Never had to screw a door shut or get alarms. Just never happened. And then all of a sudden a market crash and all those places where you can take copper in and get money and aluminum siding. Once those, everything was gone. It's like you can go by a hardware, like a jacked up hardware store that is not really a hardware store. Used furnaces for sale. Why do the cops let you do that? I mean,
Because where did you get a used
Right.
furnace? Like, where did that come from?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Dragging it from my
And
house
whose
to the
house
used to the
became a
hardware
used
store.
furnace, right? So, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so it
exactly
never
what
was really like that. So we just try to, like you said, stay ahead of the game, do all these things that, pull the furnaces out. I have a bunch of like if I have a fix and flip that has a good furnace, I'll keep that. I got a warehouse, I keep all my furnaces, and then if I get a house that even a rental, I'm gonna take the nice furnace out and put my jacked up one in, and just until they work on it. And then we'll switch it back when someone moves in.
Yep.
Just if they steal my junky furnace, it's okay.
Yeah, you're not that mad.
Yeah.
If they steal one that was like already there and it was
Right.
used or whatever, you're like, I don't care, it's
Yeah,
fine.
we swap that out. We do that on the rentals too. If it goes vacant, we pull the furnace and tank out.
Yeah.
When the tenant goes back in, you put the furnace and the tank back in.
Yeah, when we're turning it for the investors, the first thing I do is say, hey, go over there, secure the property, take the hot water tank, take the furnace out. That's the first thing I want done. And then while we turn it and make it all nice and cute again for another tenant, I usually don't even move the hot water tank and furnace in for a tenant. Now, we're not talking about a homeowner. A tenant, they don't get that till the day they move it in. While they're signing their lease, the guys is over there popping a hot water tank and furnace in, so they can pull up with their moving truck. Like, I don't even take that chance. I literally had a house, nobody bothered this house on Tracy. It was in a nice neighborhood right there off of Outer Drive. Like, nobody bugged this house at all. They had the hot water tank and furnace sitting in it, no problem. The moment I got the tenant, they signed the paperwork, they headed over to the house, they get there, somebody broke into the hot water tank and furnace. Like, seriously. I was like, they must have felt it like, oh, we need to get it today because they're coming. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'll be doggone. So literally, I try not to, and it was like just an overnight thing. I was like, I try not to do it till like the morning they're coming. And then we had a house sitter one time. He took the doors off. Yeah, my tenant they had just signed their lease and everything else. And I had told the house sitter, okay, you gotta get your stuff, you gotta go. And he wasn't a house sitter that I had retrieved. It was, I forgot even how he got there. I think he was like already there, some with the seller when he bought it or whatever. And who he bought it from had agreed to leave their house sitting there. So I go over there, I go meet the guy, tell him, I'm the one that has it now and everything else. He's like, okay, fine. So he was working for a minute, and then I said, okay, well, I got a tenant, he's trying to move in, they're trying to move in and everything else. He's like, okay. So I don't know if he got agitated because I didn't have another house to put him in, I don't really know. But when my tenant pulled up over there to move in, there were no doors. There's no doors on the house, furnace was gone. I said, who takes my doors? What are you gonna do with the doors?
He was putting it on his new house. We're benching down the street.
Or maybe that's his bargaining tool, like for the next guy, like, hey, I got some doors here.
I got
move in? I don't know.
worse. One of my buddies bought a house in tax sale. I think it was on a good block at that point. He's like one of the higher tax. He paid like $14,000 for it. And so he was trying to get in touch with the people who live there, track the resident rentals. They didn't want to, so he ended up evicting them. So he rides by the house. He's a pro. He rides by the houses like right around there. Eviction date, when the rent comes out. So he said it was like on a weekend. He said maybe he didn't make it that day or something. So he gets over there like that Monday. House has no windows, no doors. Everything on the inside is gone. And they did this in like 2 days. He drove by the house on like a Friday. That Monday, nothing was there.
Wow. They spent the whole weekend
Let's
stripping
go
out.
this way.
He said he drove by the house. He didn't think it was the house. He had to back up.
I had to pull a van up, side of the house in the driveway.
Yep.
All right, as close as they could to the house as they could. Open the door so you could just see the brick. Broke out the brick. Went inside the house, stole the furnace and everything, and then closed the door, backed out, and then there's a big hole in the wall. No, they broke on the side of the house. They broke the brick through the side of the house.
You could get it?
To get inside.
It had
Oh
dog
my
doors
God.
on it, so they
They
couldn't.
call those-
they didn't go.
Dog
Yeah,
doors.
They call those brick mines.
yeah.
Wow.
I've seen guys steal bricks in broad daylight. I was like,
Yep,
one day,
outside of the house.
outside of the house.
Yep, my first
Yep.
investment property.
Yep.
They took my bricks.
I was driving the Dexter Davidson neighborhood about 2 months ago in the middle of winter, and there was a guy out there, and he had a bonfire going in the middle of the line. I'm looking, and as I get close, I see these guys heating the brick up on the side of the house, chiseling it off. And I'm
Brick mines.
beautiful, 2-family flat, like I forget what street, like Cortland or one of those streets like that. And I'm like, it just made me sick because they're like destroying this beautiful house, but it
Yep.
happens.
Yep. I was like 22, 23 when I bought my first investment property over there on the east side. It's a big, beautiful 2-family flat on East Line. Yeah. I had some tenants in there I was putting out and everything else. So I get over there, they done let some dog run rampant throughout the house because I had rehabbed it, stuff like that. And then I go around to the side, like to the back, and like half my bricks are gone out the house. They took the bricks out the house. I said, who took the
Still
bricks?
here.
Who took the bricks out the house? Like, yeah, it happens. I don't know.
Anybody got questions you wanna ask? Not?
We're never
Never
investing
done.
again.
Yeah, no, this is horrible. We're done. Like, no one's doing what's with
If you
it.
could repeat those first few slides so I can picture them, absolutely.
Okay. We're gonna send you the PowerPoint too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, through
So-
Meetup or
Make
through?
sure when you come over. sign
Okay.
in here.
Yeah,
Just email.
yeah. And then we'll send it to you.
Okay. So if you
Yeah,
want
we'll send it to your email. Yeah.
John,
But you're welcome to shoot
no, that's
questions.
okay.
I'm gonna do it anyway, yeah.
Todd usually likes to be on, so. No other questions? So you guys wanna just network for a minute, or?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got-
I wanna go to these meetings,
Yeah,
renegade meetings.
yeah,
Really good.
that's a good meeting.
There isn't one in July though.
No, none in July,
Yeah,
so.
August, first week of
And
August.
with the RIA meetings, like investors get
Yeah.
cured during the summertime,
First Tuesday of
it's
the
like
month.
there's nobody shows up. But then come September, October, November, these meetings fill back up, so. So thank you, that was really good.
Thank you.